Help capture the history of our markets by contributing to the John Lothian News GoFundMe campaign to support the MarketsWiki education history-focused video series and more.
It was just after my national service, and I read about SIMEX law, and so that was something that I was really interested in. So so I was aiming and making my ways, doing my studies, so that I'll make sure that I get into the finance side of things. So so I happened to chance upon the advert saying that there's a hiring in DBS. So I wrote in and went for the interview. True enough, they put me on the trading floor from there. So that was back in 1991. Started off with DBS trading. On the trading floor, it's very demanding. I mean, considering that I was just fresh, just out from the army. Just in initial years were very exciting. Seeing how dynamic, how fast the pace is. Everybody's just screaming, shouting for the prizes. It has not been easy, I would say, for a start, and then understanding all the hand signals and stuff like that. The learning curve was steep. So I would say, but it was very exciting and fun time. I would say everyone all gets together very well, and you don't feel like you're working in different companies, because everyone just get together at the end of the day, and they just have fun, have some time together. I would say it's a very close-knitted environment. So despite the work-wise, I would say it's very interesting, and I really enjoy those days. The tough decision came in 2012, when after I left Merrill and starting on my own. It was challenging. I've got 3 young kids then, and I have taken my wife has stopped working since 2005, and then I have to take care of my mom. So the bills adds up, and of course, when you are trading, you are actually starting negative on the month, paying your rental, your trading terminals, and stuff like that. It's never easy to overcome this. But I would say it was a tough decision, and I'm glad I took the step. I've talked to somebody who has been trading for a while, and we actually came into this partnership together. So that was a great help for me to overcome this. And sharing with him about my struggle, and that really gave me very good advice on how I should be taking my trading from there. So that helps. And from there, kind of like, of course, for the first 6 months, it was a struggle. I was just asking myself, did I make the right choice? But after that, probably after 6 months, things start to turn a lot better. And yeah, it's been my 8th year on my own. So best move. If given a choice, I would still like to be employed and getting a fixed salary. I don't have to worry about my monthly costs and stuff like that. But it was the flow in electronic from in 2005. It was an open outcry. Since the day I joined in 1991, and by 2005, the floor has gone 100% electronic, and they shut the floor from there. So we had no choice, and everyone have to kind of disperse from there. And thank God that Merrill has offered me a role in on the trading side. It provides, I would say, the ecosystem. So what it means is that there's always new traders coming in, SIMEX will organize, will have this FAP, which is the Floor Apprenticeship Program, yearly, where they bring in a lot of fresh grads or aspiring traders to come in to work. And after the training, I think after 3 months, firms will offer them opportunity to work. And some of them even aspire to be local, so they actually move up to start trading on their own account right after that. It creates a lot of opportunities. So if someone is good in either executing orders or talking to clients on the phone, the the other firms will actually counter offer them, and every offer that comes in, the salary will increase by a couple of $1,000 a month. So which is very, very attractive. And many people, I mean, especially those order fillers, some of them, just with O level or A levels, just college, education, and they could be driving big cars, living a very comfortable life, with the opportunity that is given to them in that place. We prefer to do spread trading because, okay, first of all, ever since when I started to do index arbitrage, I'm more familiar with fair values trades. So I stick to a lot of trading calendar spreads, intercommodity spreads. So mainly focus on spreads. So in a way, it's something that I'm comfortable with and something that I'm very familiar. If things goes out of whack, that is where I will just trade a bit more aggressive. So that has helped me in terms of trading. So if let's say I want to express a view, what I like to do is I'll put on options. So I can sleep peacefully. I don't have to wake up to manage my outright position. So I would usually put on options for any of this outright position.
Advantage Futures is proud to sponsor JLN Video Series.
Many include a recurring theme of people helping others during critical times in their trading careers.
Too often today, when traders need help the most, their call is met with numbers to press on the phone instead of an actual person.
Advantage prioritizes you.
Personalized service, competitive pricing, aimed at giving you every advantage.
Make us your advantage.
Advantage Futures.
During my floor days, I remember this gentleman, Sean Byrne, American, who moved over from US over to Singapore, and that was something that he taught me a lot of options. I mean, option was something that was alien to me, and he got me a book, read it, and he actually spent the trouble to actually explain to me different strategies. He even print out things like the evolved, the delta and stuff like that. So just going through the spreadsheet every day, and I take a lot of interest in this. So and so that helps me in building up my foundation. So when I was in Merrill, I was posted to Hong Kong about 2009 to 2011. I was sitting with the what do you call it? They were the market maker for the options. So we were just sitting close by, and if there's any doubts or any questions, I would just pop by, talk to them, and yeah. So I would say I do not know much. I would not go into details on the calculation and stuff like that, but I do know about certain strategies. I do apply that in my trading right now. To express a view on the market, I'll just put on various strategy to trade market movement. First off, I would say there's a handful of the locals that are especially seasoned one and the experienced one. They are always out there to help the new locals out there. So some of them are lost, especially if they had a bad day. I recall some of this experienced local would just go up to them and say, hey, is there, how's your trading today? Is there anything that I can help you in, or things like that? Though they are competitor in the pit, but you see some of this mature and experienced one will be out there to lend a helping hand to the new ones. That is something which it's like it's a dog eat dog world right out there, but it's not in this case. Some of them are really genuine and helpful to the new ones, and yeah, they're still trading right now, which I'm glad to be acquainted to some of them. I'm just so thankful for that. In terms of for the broker side, you can see each one helping one another out a lot, especially let's say if the SIMEX system has any clearing issue, and especially the clearing system goes down. I recall there was one day the trades couldn't match properly. I can't remember the exact details, but I recall everyone had to stay back because they were having some clearing system issue, and they were just going around trying to reduce or help one another out so that they will match any out trade as soon as they can, because any trade that is not matched is a potential loss for anyone else. So everyone will just gather together and they work literally round the clock just to get it resolved, so that the next morning everybody has the actual and the right position. So I would say so these are the things that I would say I've witnessed it over the years. I think personally for myself, respect, and I mean, people do work hard, and I'm especially in the trading pit, things could be they are my brokers. Something which I learned is respect them for who they are. Doesn't mean that I'm their client. They need to entertain me, they need to buy me drinks after market. I think something which something which I value a kind of friendship rather than a broker client relationship. So this is something which I've learned, and to today I think I still hold that. So even though when I moved into trading, I'll tell my brokers, you go out for drinks, on Dutch, I'll pay my own. So something to that I still hang on to today. Back in the late 90s again, when SIMEX really been announcing that we'll go electronic trading. Of course, there are a lot of resistance from other, especially the locals, especially those in the euro dollar pit. They keep looking at it saying that, hey, there is no way you can trade a different combination on electronic platform. So there were a lot of resistance, not say resistance, but they are very, very doubtful. And then when Globex has put in euro dollar in it during the next session, I think there's hardly any trade there. So especially the locals were like telling us it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. But I look at what happened in Japan, what happened in Hong Kong. The transition was very smooth, and that kind of like tell me that this is going to happen anytime soon. So kind of like prepare the team and all my colleagues to make sure that we are all trained, go for all the training that is required for to do the electronic trading. So looking at the rest of the markets that has moved on so quickly, where even in Hong Kong, I saw the pit, the way it works, and people were resisting it. But by 1990, before the turn of 2000, they already migrated so smoothly, and volume has picked up from there. So that tells me that this is inevitable, and it's just going to happen.
Advantage Futures is proud to sponsor this JLN video series. In many of the series videos, there are recurring themes of people being helped at critical times in their trading careers. Too often today, when traders need help the most, their call is met with numbers to press on the phone instead of an actual person. At Advantage, you are our priority. Everyone needs an edge or advantage when trading. Make us your advantage.